Abigail, may I have a word with you?
Yes, how can I help you?
That dinner you made the other night wasn't very good at all. I feel sorry for Matthew, who has to eat that kind of food. The seasoning is bland, the ingredients aren't fresh, and you are obviously lacking in basic cooking skills.
I'm sorry, I'll be more careful.
And you aren't very good at cleaning. There's dust in the corners of the room, behind the curtains, under the furniture.
I clean every day, but I might have missed some places.
I don't want to hear your excuses. Matthew is suffering from allergies because of you. I don't know how I could have entrusted my son to such a person. If I had been more on top of things, this wouldn't have happened.
Thelma, I will take care of the cleaning. I'm sorry for the trouble I've caused you.
Besides, do you have any idea how much money you've been wasting lately?
Sorry?
That dress you bought. How could you afford such an expensive one? Think about your family's finances.
I needed that dress for work. My job requires me to dress appropriately for many formal occasions.
So what? It's your duty as a wife to save money for your husband. If you can't do that, then you're not being a wife.
I'm sorry, but I'm doing the best I can. If something's bothering you, please tell me specifically.
What do you mean specifically? Figure it out yourself. That's probably why you have so many problems piled up.
Yes?
I should never have let Matthew marry someone like you. Ever since you barged into our place, everything's been a mess, and Matthew's just worn out. Honestly, there's no point in you sticking around.
I see.
But seriously, what was Matthew thinking marrying you? It was obvious from the get-go that you weren't right for our son.
I thought we understood and supported each other.
Support? Don't make me laugh. You never once supported anything. Matthew's only getting more worn out with you around.
But
you can't even handle basic household stuff or take care of her son. Who signed up for this kind of married life?
I'm doing the best I can.
Your best? Well, your best isn't good enough, clearly. This is such a disappointment.
I'm sorry.
Enough already. Talking to you is pointless. I want you out of here for my son's sake. You can't do chores. Your cooking sucks. You can't even save money. What kind of wife are you? Who even needs you? Just having you here makes the whole atmosphere heavy. I know it's been a while, but how are you? You're so rude not to call. I haven't seen you for a year now. What have you been up to?
Oh, hi. It's been a while. Can I just call you Thelma?
Huh? You're still saying things that don't make sense. You never grow up.
No, I thought it would be rude to call you mother-in-law. We haven't been in touch much lately, so I've been feeling a bit distant. I've been struggling with how to address you from now on.
So don't say something that doesn't make sense. Well, whatever you call me, our in-law relationship isn't going to change.
Huh?
A wife listens to what her mother-in-law says. Even if something is white, if I say it's black, it's black. That's how it is. Maintaining a good relationship between a mother-in-law and daughter-in-law depends on having a proper hierarchy.
Excuse me, Thelma.
Now let's get down to the main subject of this conversation, shall we?
Main topic?
I've decided to move in with you starting today. It may seem sudden, but I've already decided. Abigail, it might take you a little time to get used to living with me.
What? By living together, you mean you are going to move in with us? I'm surprised by the sudden turn of this conversation.
What else is there besides this discussion? Our stuff has already been moved, so I'll leave the tidying up to you.
What? You're already here?
I decided to come as a surprise. I was sure you would object if I told you beforehand, so I had to do it this way.
Of course.
Well, you're being pretty blunt about it.
Of course I am. Matthew and I divorced half a month ago. It's impossible for us to live together now that we're divorced. We're practically strangers now. There's no way we'd live together.
What? What do you mean?
I was planning to change the locks in the near future. I had to go on a sudden business trip right after the divorce, so I put it off. I never expected you to push for moving in at this timing.
What are you talking about? Divorce? I haven't heard anything at all. Why didn't anyone tell me? There must be some mistake.
By the looks of it, you haven't heard anything from Matthew, have you?
Because last week, when Matthew stopped by our place, he had the spare key to this house. So he was coming and going as usual. Nothing seemed different. I just assumed we'd keep getting along fine from here on.
I see. So, in other words, there are more duplicate keys than I know of. I thought Matthew gave back his keys to me when we divorced. Please leave that duplicate key and leave immediately.
What?
The house was originally in my name when I bought it. Therefore, legally, it is my property. It wasn't even part of the property division when Matthew and I divorced. So there is no reason for you to live with me. I'm the only one who has the right to live there.
Oh dear, look what you've come up with. You and Matthew divorcing? Do you expect me to believe that?
It's a fact, so it can't be helped.
Sorry, I won't listen to such a nasty joke.
No, I'm not joking.
Shut up! Seriously, refusing to live together and resorting to lies? What kind of attitude is that for a wife to have? With this kind of behavior, I'm starting to wonder if you're even handling the household chores properly. Looks like you need some serious wife training.
I'm not your daughter-in-law anymore.
Besides, this is Matthew's house, so it's practically my home as a mother. Therefore, this is both my son's and my house. Since I, as the mother-in-law, will live here, your position within the household naturally becomes the lowest.
I repeat, I'm not his wife.
I mean, you are as good as a housekeeper. If you don't want to be kicked out, come home and do your chores.
As I was saying, the house is purchased in my name. I bought it when I was single, so it wasn't part of my divorce assets.
Oh dear, there's almost nothing in the refrigerator.
Huh? Did you look in the refrigerator without permission?
Since we are going to live together, it's okay to look at it. I was going to show you the taste of my home for starters. Abigail, go buy some groceries while you're out.
I just emptied the fridge because I was on a long business trip.
I won't listen to your excuses. Oh, and I've decided to stay in the Western-style room at the end of the living room.
What?
The door was locked, so I had to break it open. So you can fix it later.
Wait a minute. That room?
I had all your stuff taken away by a removal service because they were in the way. I couldn't move my stuff in otherwise. The room was so small, there wasn't room for all my stuff. So I had them get rid of all your stuff. I figured it was all unnecessary anyway, and thought it would be best if I sorted it out for you.
You mean you threw away the things in my room? Did you get rid of everything I valued and needed? I can't believe you did that without even talking to me first.
It's okay, it's okay. You only need the bare minimum of things from now on. It's a good opportunity for me to get rid of them, you know?
That room had my company-issued computer, photography equipment, and various other things. Those were essential for my work, including expensive equipment and important documents loaned by the company. Getting rid of them without permission is a huge problem. It not only hinders my work, but also causes significant trouble for the company.
What? Company provided?
Sometimes I work remotely. That's what my workroom was for. What did you do?
It's your fault you didn't stop working. You should be focusing more on your family, but you're always working. Work, work. That's the problem. If you had been a good housewife and put your family first, none of this would have happened.
What?
And now you're in the middle of a business trip?
Don't change the subject. This is a compensation issue.
Compensation?
You disposed of company-issued equipment without permission. You have no choice but to take responsibility and pay full compensation. It contained everything I needed for my work. You have caused serious damage to the company.
I just said it was your fault for not quitting your job. That's why it's so hard for you to get pregnant. When are you going to give me a grandchild?
I'm divorced, and I can't be expected to do that.
That again. Don't bring up the lie of divorce all the time.
It's true.
I can't believe you.
Since we're getting nowhere, let me just say this. The bill for the expensive equipment and computer issued by my company will be sent to you in the form of a formal invoice. Please deal with it properly.
What?
A rough estimate would be about $20,000.
$20,000?
Apart from that, I'll be back tomorrow after my business trip. Please pack up your belongings and get out of my house. This house is mine, and you are not allowed to live here without permission. Thelma, it seems you're still staying at my house. Unbelievable. You're actually still there. And you even went as far as to change the locks? What are you thinking? This is my house, not a place for you to live without permission. You're being too bold.
Abigail, stop saying I'm squatting and being audacious. Your words are disrespectful for a daughter-in-law. Since I'm living in my son's house, I'm also a member of this household. As the mother of the head of the household, I expect you to respect me.
If you don't leave, I'll call the police.
What? What are you talking about? You should obey me. If you understand, do your chores.
You still don't believe me, but your son and I have already divorced. I am not making that up. As a matter of fact, his belongings, they are nowhere to be found in the house, right?
Yes.
You knew which room he was using. None of his belongings are left. Have you noticed any of his things?
Even though he's my son, I thought he deserved some privacy.
You couldn't care less about your daughter-in-law's privacy, but you sure coddle your son. Well, that's why you're squatting in someone else's house without even understanding the situation. To be honest, it's pretty ridiculous.
It's true. Matthew's room is really empty.
The truth is, Matthew told me he would tell you in his own time, so I kept quiet. But I don't think I'll be able to finish without explaining the situation, so I'll just say it.
What?
The cause of my divorce with Matthew is he cheated on me.
He cheated on you?
He got back together with his ex-girlfriend from school. If you doubt it, I have the report from the investigation I had done. I think you could confirm whether or not we're divorced by asking the people involved themselves.
Oh no! Then where is Matthew now?
He went broke paying me alimony and then got fired from his job. So now he's crashing at his ex-girlfriend's apartment.
Ex-girlfriend? Don't tell me you're talking about Faye.
Oh, you know about his ex-girlfriend?
That woman is no good.
What?
That slut?
Oh, you know about that too?
Of course I do. There were a lot of parents in my neighborhood lamenting that their sons were preyed upon by Faye.
Oh, I see.
Then get back together quickly.
Huh?
It's natural for a man to cheat on his wife, and he's with that toxic woman. It's outrageous that a woman like that would become part of her family. You are definitely better than Faye. If you remarry Matthew right now, I will forgive you for your rude words and actions up to a moment ago.
You don't have to forgive me. One instance of cheating is a deal breaker. There's no way I'd ever get back together with him.
Oh, come on.
That's why, please get out of here. Please don't make me say it again.
But I've already canceled the lease on the apartment that used to be our home.
What?
I have nowhere to go. I'm supposed to move in with you and Matthew. I've cleared out all the other places, so now there's nowhere left to go back to.
Thelma? The police are here.
There must be some mistake. Why are they calling the police just because I'm here? Hey, Abigail, what's this all about? Hey, where did you go? Please tell me what the hell happened. Why is there a family that I don't know living in this house? I can't believe there are strangers in the house we were supposed to live in. You're gonna have to explain to me what's going on.
Oh, hi. It's been a month. That place is now rented out as a rental property. Due to some circumstances, I no longer live there, so I found new tenants. There are other people living there now, so it's no wonder you met a strange family.
Rental?
Are you in front of the house?
Yes, but I've been in the apartment with Matthew and Faye since they were taken by the police a month ago. Well, I asked the two of them to cover the cost of the reimbursement your company charged me. Yesterday, they suddenly moved out, and I heard that you canceled the apartment.
Well, I don't think so, but are you going to ask me to live with you again? Isn't that a bit unreasonable?
Could you please do me a favor? I'm really in a bind. You hear about room sharing these days? Young people are doing it all the time. It's just like that.
It's impossible. There's no way I can accept it that easily.
Why? Your former mother-in-law does not have a home. Don't you feel any obligation to help her out at all? You're really cold-hearted.
Sorry, I don't feel anything for you.
Why do you say such a cold thing?
As you said, you are my former mother-in-law. Besides, I'm living in a company dorm right now. Company dorms don't allow personal cohabitation, and it's not a place where that kind of thing is permitted.
What? A company dormitory?
So it's impossible for me to do many things. There's no point in talking anymore, so I'll say goodbye.
Oh no, wait! Please reconsider.
There's nothing I can do. I'm living in a company dormitory now.
Oh no! I have nowhere to go. I really have nowhere to turn to. I have no money at all, and it's really hard to make ends meet. Please, would you reconsider even for a second? Please help me. I'm so sorry for all the horrible things I've said and done to you. I don't mean to bother you. I just want you to accept me for a little while. Abigail, please.
Thelma, it's too late to apologize now. We are not a family anymore, just strangers. I have no obligation or reason to help you. It's none of my business what you do. So, goodbye. Please don't contact me again. After that, I completely disconnected from my mother-in-law, Thelma. She was shocked by my cold words and was at a loss for a while. But it was no longer any of my business. Thelma was then further trapped, with no one to turn to and no money to rely on. She had no choice but to apply for welfare. However, the process was not easy. She ended up homeless as a result. I am no longer shaken by such stories, though. Meanwhile, my life gradually stabilized. I actively participated in the new project and the evaluations from those around me have improved. My life in the company dormitory is comfortable, and my work is going well. I'm getting to know my friends better, and we're having a good time on the weekends. I'm going to do my best to cherish my time and live my life the way I want to live it.
Hector, where are you? The date will change soon. I'm getting sleepy, so I'm going to bed.
Oh, Annabelle.
You're in a good mood, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm having a drink with my colleagues. I'll be home soon, so please leave the door unlocked.
Hey, remember what I said this morning? Tomorrow is the 3rd anniversary of my father's death, so I'm going to the memorial service. I have to get up early tomorrow morning. I can't bear it if you smell like alcohol. Are you sure you're okay drinking that much?
I'm fine. Just as usual. I'm a strong drinker. Besides, it's only the 2nd bar. It's not over yet.
Listen, Hector, I understand how you feel. It's totally fine to go out for drinks. But when you have important things to do the next day, like this time, I'd like you to hold off a little. It's part of the etiquette for the people around you. You're a grown-up man.
I know that, but my colleague said he wanted to go today, so I should accompany him. Don't you think so? It's my responsibility.
I understand, but I think you need to reschedule it this time. I've told you about my father's memorial service a month ago, haven't I? You knew about it in advance, so you should at least adjust the schedule of your drinking party.
I don't think you understand, Annabelle. I need to prioritize my colleague because it's important to socialize outside work. You can't just keep prioritizing your own schedule. Do you understand?
Well, yes, of course. I think it's very important to socialize with colleagues outside work. But this isn't a good timing for that. Please remember that tomorrow's memorial service was scheduled first. That's why I think it's normal to prioritize the memorial service.
Don't be so harsh. I didn't say that I won't go with you. I promise I'd be there tomorrow. What I do the day before isn't related to that. I'm not bothering you anyway.
That's true, but you remember that, don't you, Hector? It was my cousin's wedding 2 months ago. The day before the wedding, you went to a drinking party and came home late saying that I have nothing to worry about. Then, on the day of the wedding, you couldn't get up in the morning and we were almost late. You had to go to the bathroom during the ceremony because of hangover. People around us seemed to notice your alcoholic smell. I was so embarrassed, you know.
That was a long time ago. Don't hold on to it forever. It's already past, so don't complain about it now. After all, I made it to the wedding. You can't just blame me for everything.
Seems that you don't understand about what I was trying to say. When the bride and groom came to greet the guests, you weren't there. My cousin asked me where you were, and I didn't know what to say. For your information, it was totally embarrassing. I don't want that to happen again tomorrow, so please do me a favor by coming back home early today.
You're being so persistent, aren't you? We're having a good time here. Can you please stop interrupting me? I'm having fun. It's still past midnight anyway. I'm going to visit another bar, which is the last one, and then I'll go home. If I go to the right place tomorrow, you won't complain, right?
The last one, huh? If you do that, I know you'll be home at around 2 in the morning. Besides, you won't be able to catch the last train if you don't rush your way to the nearest train station now. How are you going to come back home? I can't pick you up.
I'll make it in time. I'll just have a quick drink and go home right away. Don't worry about that. I'll catch the last train. Leave it to me. I'm not a drunken teenager who can't even think rationally. You should trust me.
It's not like that, but I understand. Are you taking your medicine today? I don't want you to end up with a hangover again.
Oops, I forgot. I remembered before I went out for a drink. It's been too long since I've had a drink, so I was too excited that I forgot to take my medicine.
No, hey, you just went for a drink 3 days ago. You go out for a drink quite often. I guess you could have come home early today.
Jeez, I didn't know that you're so persistent. I was looking forward to going out for drinks today. You should think about my situation too. I told you that I'll be home in time by catching the last train today, and I'll go to the memorial service tomorrow with you. That's enough. You're my wife. Don't get in the way when I'm having fun.
Okay then. You're right. I shouldn't bother you, I'm sorry. I got a little too upset. I'll leave the front door unlocked. Be careful when you get home. Sorry to bother you again. I just finished taking a bath, so I'm really going to bed. You'll be home soon, right? Is it okay if I go to bed first?
Oh, sorry. I missed the last train.
Seriously? What are you going to do?
I promised you that I'll catch the last train, so I tried to rush to the nearest train station, but I just couldn't make it in time. I must be too old that I couldn't run fast to catch the last train.
No, that's not what I meant. You're too optimistic. What are you going to do tomorrow if you miss the last train? I told you, we have to leave at 8 a.m. to catch the train tomorrow.
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll think about the solution. I'll make sure to be there on time. I mean, do we have to leave so early? I wanted to relax a little more.
My mom said that we could come and stay the day before. We talked about it, and yet it was you who said that we should just catch the train in the morning, remember? Besides, I told you in advance. If you left the party early and went to bed straight away, it wouldn't be a problem. I don't care if it's a weekly thing. It's just for tomorrow, so you should have rescheduled the drinking party.
You don't understand, Annabelle. I don't have the concept of leaving a drinking party early. No matter how many plans I have for the next day or how little sleep I get, I always make it a policy to enjoy drinking parties to the fullest. You know that better than anyone else, don't you?
That's not the point. I wouldn't have said so much if the next day's errands were only for you. But it's for both of us. I know I've been saying this over and over again. But you are an adult, Hector. That's why you should behave like one.
I'm sorry I missed the last train. I'll be home on time tomorrow. Don't be so uptight. But are you sure you don't need to go to bed right away? You're always worried about me, but you maybe oversleep too.
You're right. I have to get up early tomorrow, so I'm going to bed now.
Got it. I'm staying at my colleague's house, so I'll just have one more drink and then go to bed. Don't worry about it.
Well, do whatever you want. Good night.
Make sure you don't oversleep in tomorrow, okay?
Hector, are you awake? It's already 7 a.m.
Sorry, I just woke up. I'm leaving in a hurry.
See? I told you. That's enough. What time do you think it is now?
Let's see. Huh? It's already 9:30.
Yes, it's 9:30, and I'm already at my parents' house, and the memorial service will start in half an hour. Even if you come now, you won't make it on time anyway.
Really? I set my alarm and woke up at 6:30. I swear. But I fell asleep again.
Enough already. I don't want to hear your excuses. If you're sure you have to get up, you should be able to get up. If you couldn't wake up, you should have taken the last train home. I know you don't want to do that. You don't have to come here anymore. I don't even want you to come.
Hey, calm down. Why are you so angry? It's your father's memorial service. He's not my dad. I don't need to be there, do I? You should be glad that you made it on time.
Are you seriously saying that? I'm really stunned. I'm glad I've made up my mind.
Made up your mind? What are you talking about?
I'm breaking up with you. I'll tell everyone at the family gathering today.
What? Why would you do that? What's going on all of a sudden? If you're joking, it's not funny at all.
Joking? There's no way I would joke about something like this. I warned you so many times yesterday, and it was you who ruined everything. I trusted you.
Wait a minute. It was my fault. I'm sorry. I have no intention of getting a divorce at all. Please, forgive me.
I've already told my mother beforehand. I'll call your parents tonight after the memorial service. I'll go get your stuff too.
Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? I really woke up once, but I had a headache. When I realized I fell asleep again. It can't be helped. I'm so sorry, Annabelle.
You know what? I warned you yesterday, didn't I? I didn't want you to end up with hangover like what happened during my cousin's wedding. I was very insistent about what I said, but you just refused to listen to me.
Well, that's true, but...
You didn't take it seriously. You said you were fine, and then you missed the last train, and then you couldn't get up. It's just not normal. You're not behaving properly as an adult.
I was planning to get up on time. Please forgive me.
Even if you had intended to get up, you didn't actually get up. No matter how many excuses you give me, I'm not going to change my mind. If you are having a headache and tired, just go back to sleep for the rest of your life. Well then, bye. I contacted Hector's parents and told them what happened. He's just too childish to become a husband. I didn't get any compensation because he didn't cheat on me. Hector finally realized that he was wrong, and we were able to get a divorce without any trouble. He had never done any housework, and since the divorce, he has been almost completely insulated from his parents and cannot rely on them. He must be having a hard time on his own. I think he deserves it. I'm now living a meaningful life at home with my mother. Hey, I need you to lend me some money. It's $20,000 in total. Please, you're the only one I can count on. Maggie, are you all right? What's going on? You and my son work together, right? I heard that both of you make a lot of money. I know that you have a huge amount of money in your savings account. I don't understand what you're talking about. What's wrong with you? Please explain it clearly. You're such a stupid wife that you can't even understand what I'm saying. Why don't you use your brain to think about it? With that amount of money you have, you could live for a month. That's right. Not just a month, but enough to live for a while. Anyway, I still don't understand. What do you need the money for? I got divorced yesterday. What? I didn't hear anything about it. Of course. That's because I didn't tell you. I can't believe it. Why? He was cheating on me. He betrayed me. I don't think we can be together anymore. Your husband betrayed you? I think you must be mistaken. You should check with him again. Are you taking his side? That's terrible. No, I'm just surprised because you were suddenly divorcing your husband. That's why I need money to live on my own. I'm not working, so I have no income, but I'm in trouble. But $20,000 is a lot of money. We can't afford it. Huh? You are both working and you don't even have savings with that amount? Unbelievable. What's the point of working? Oh, I know. You must be wasting your money by living a luxury life. I'm not wasting money. Please don't be rude to me. Besides, I have to pay the rent. Do you think I have enough money for that? Geez, well, I don't know what I can do to help you. You know what? I couldn't get a loan because I don't have a job, so I wrote down my son's name as a guarantor. Are you kidding me? I need to talk about that with Albert. You can't just decide that on your own. Is that really necessary? I'm in a lot of trouble. I think it's obvious to help a family member. It's not that simple. Asking to become a guarantor is a serious matter, no matter if you are a family member or not. You understand that, don't you? Albert is my son. It's only natural that you help your parents. I thought you understand about that. That's true, but it's a serious matter. We need to discuss it first. Our family's business is none of your business. I can't believe it. What kind of education did your parents give you? I'm married to your son, so I'm a member of this family too. How my parents educate me has nothing to do with this. From the moment we met, I knew that you were spoiled by your parents. You're such a bad and naive daughter. I was right about that. How rude of you. I don't care what you think about me. Please don't say bad things about my parents. I really should have stopped Albert from getting married to you. I didn't want him to marry you. Your parents didn't educate you well enough. I beg your pardon? What did you just say? Listen to me. I've always hated you. You took my precious son away from me, and now you're acting like you don't care at all. What? Of course not. I care about you and your son. I know that you're pretty and everyone pays more attention to you. You deceived Albert, didn't you? I don't know why he was deceived by a stupid woman like you. I didn't deceive him. You're a liar. I really hate you. I've never thought of you as my daughter. Oh my God. Maggie, why do you say such terrible things? Stop talking nonsense. Just lend me the $20,000 right away. It's for the sake of your parents. Do you understand? Did you talk to Albert? I've already signed the contract. I'm in trouble. Hey, say something.
My dad told me about that. Will you explain the details to me, Mom?
Albert? I thought I was talking to your wife.
No, it's me, your son. I don't know what's going on, so I asked my wife to let me talk to you directly. I heard that you got divorced from Dad.
Did you ask your dad about that? Yes, it's true. It was a big problem to me that I feel as if I were about to break down into pieces.
Really? Are you telling me that you're making excuses since the main cause of the reason was your affair?
What?
You cheated on Dad. I know that. Don't you dare to fool me. Why are you lying to me?
I'm not. You shouldn't talk to your own mother like that.
You cheated on Dad, and when he confronted you, you got upset. That's crazy.
Did your father say that?
Yes, he did. He was appalled. He said he was just trying to rebuild the relationship. Mom, you have no idea how Dad feels.
Because he kept complaining about the affair.
What do you mean? He said he's not going to help you anymore. That's obvious anyway. If I were my dad, I'd do the same. Do you realize what you've done to him?
What the heck? We're all here for each other. Why are you complaining like that?
It's more than a complaint. I heard that you put my name as your guarantor. That's a crime. Do you understand, Mom?
What? I mean, it's natural for children to take care of their parents, right?
Are you serious? I don't think you're supposed to say that.
Albert, you're my son, and you're supposed to take care of me. I'm in trouble, so you should help me since I'm your mother.
I don't care if you're my mother or not. I would never do that. Don't make assumptions without even asking. Look elsewhere and search for another guarantor.
Huh? What are you talking about at this point in time? I'm your mother. You must help me.
I'd feel sorry for my wife if I had to take care of such a sloppy mother like you. I'm ashamed of myself.
You're just like her. Why are you always so uptight? Why can't you be more flexible?
It's not about being uptight or not. It's just a matter of common sense. I can't believe this is really happening.
It can't be helped. I've already signed the contract. I don't have a choice. You have to pay for that. Think of it as helping me out and do something about it.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've already canceled the contract. That's why I don't have to pay.
You canceled the contract? Have you lost your mind, Albert? You can't do that.
Of course I can. You were using my name without my permission. You don't have my consent, so the contract is invalid.
Well then, what about my place to live? What about my future?
I don't know. You still wanted a divorce, didn't you?
I have no choice than to live together with you then. That's the best solution.
What are you talking about? There's no way I'd let you live at my place. I can't live with someone who doesn't have common sense.
That's the only way to solve this problem.
Have you forgotten the terrible things you said to my precious wife?
I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, I think it's just a misunderstanding.
A misunderstanding? Don't be silly. I've got solid evidence. Or are you too old to even remember yesterday's record?
Don't be too rude to me, Albert. I remember everything.
Yeah, you do remember. I never thought of you as a parent.
Oh no! Your wife made you say that, didn't she? Is that so? She wasn't a good wife at all. I told you not to get married to her.
That again. I've had enough. Anyway, can you just stay out of our lives from now on?
No! Wait a minute! What about me? Are you going to abandon your mother?
I'm not abandoning you. You're the one who caused all of this. You need to take your responsibility as a grown-up woman.
I can't believe it! Will I be able to see you again, Albert? Let me talk to your wife. I want to apologize.
What's wrong with you? I don't want you to do that. I feel sorry for my wife. I told you not to get involved anymore. Oh yeah, I'll tell you something good.
What is it? I'll do anything if you'll forgive me.
No, I won't forgive you, but you know what unemployment benefit is? I think you need it the most right now. Why don't you talk to the council office? They'll give you some friendly advice.
Hey, I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't think you'd be that mad at me.
Money talks. If this is how it's going to be now, it's going to be even worse in the future. For the sake of my wife's happiness, I'll cut ties with you once and for all.
Hold on a sec, Albert.
Well then, take care, Mom. Goodbye.
I don't really care about my mother-in-law, but I'm a bit curious. So I asked Albert about what happened to her after that, but he wouldn't tell me. I heard through the rumors that she has managed to live with her elderly parents. Since she is such a person with no common sense, she has not been able to keep a part-time job and seems to have been moving from job to job. I wonder what she's going to do with her elderly parents. Well, it's no longer my concern anymore. As for us, we have been blessed with our long-awaited first child and are now living peacefully together as a family. We have no intention of letting the child see her grandmother, at least not at this time.
Hi, Katie. Can I talk to you for a second? Oh, hey, Ashley. It's been a while. It's kind of surprising to hear from you. What's up? No, nothing special. Our kids are not in the same kindergarten class anymore, and they use different school bus, so we don't get a chance to see each other often. I thought we could have some talk. I know. We used to live in the same apartment, and they used to play together. They grow up so fast. It's fun to chit-chat once in a while. Yeah, we moved out of that cheap place soon and moved into a fully customized house. We can't rent a room forever, right? I mean, our standard of living has changed. I was worried that we might not get along. Really? We go to the same kindergarten and same elementary school eventually. Nothing will change. What? You've got to be kidding me. We built a fully custom-built house in a very popular and expensive area. Can you stop putting me in the same position with the rest of the people in the world? Oh, and of course, you are included in the others. Oh, that place was popular? I didn't know. Oh, you'd better remember that. Oh, by the way, we built a house too. What? When? Where? They have just finished building and we're moving in next week. Where? Which company built it? I'm so curious. Did you say that you were building a house? Yeah, well, we just happened to build a house. You know, you need luck too. We found a nice place near the station and in the same school district. We had Candlelight Homes to build it. Really? Candlelight? Why didn't you use our company? Oh, that's right. You work for a housing company. Sorry, I forgot about it. We wanted to build a house where we could feel cozy. That's why we chose them. That's terrible. We can build a cozy house too. What? Are you saying we can't? No, not like that. My husband's friend works at Candlelight and we'd been talking about it forever. They've known each other for a long time, so they've started talking about it, and so I'm sorry. Fine. Oh, hey, do you mind if I come and visit you? I do the same business, so I'd like to learn from them. Yeah, of course. After we move in and get settled, you can come visit me on your day off. Will do. I'll look forward to it. Bye. Okay, see you soon. Hi, Katie. It's been a while. How are you doing? Oh, Ashley, it's Sunday, but you're off today? I heard you guys are busy on the weekends, so I thought it's hard for home builders to take weekends off. Luckily, it's an off season right now. I was able to get a day off today, so I thought I'd spend some time by myself. And then I just came up with the idea in having a barbecue. Wow, that's really nice. Maybe I'll have a barbecue next week too. The kids would love it. It's one of the best parts of moving in from an apartment to a house with a yard. Yes, since it was a sudden day off, I didn't have any plan. Plus, I have an unfortunate news for you. Huh? What is it? Actually, I'm having a barbecue at your place. What? Why? Because you told me to come visit you on my day off, so I did what I said. I'm a very active person, aren't I? It was a sudden day off, so I came over to your house for a barbecue, but it burned down. I'm sorry you're left with a 30-year mortgage, but good luck paying it off. Ashley, is that a joke? I'm in my bed at home replying you. What? Why are you at my home? What do you mean? I'm on maternity leave. I mean, it's Sunday. Either way, it's my regular day off. Oh, you're going to have a baby and a burnt house. That's a lot of work. That's funny. Hey, what do you mean a fire? Was there a fire near where you live? Like I said, I'm relaxing on my bed at home. What? Your bed at home? You haven't even noticed the fire. Are you crazy? Huh? The house is on fire from the barbecue, and it's burning up like crazy. You'd better get out or you'll be burned. Get out now. You're crazy. Well, I checked and there's no fire in the yard and the house is not on fire. Not even the gas stove in the kitchen is on. What? I was in your yard a few minutes ago and having a barbecue with a huge fire going. It was windy and unfortunately the fire flew into a tree in the yard and it spread to the house. That's right, your Tesla in the garage. I bet it's burned to a crisp right now. I'm so sorry. Huh? What are you talking about? My car is not a Tesla. Huh? Your car is a black Tesla. I know. Yeah, until last year. We bought a new one last year before the inspection. Now it's Toyota. It's really comfortable. Huh? You replaced it? Not Tesla? Yeah, actually, after we bought it, we realized that the parking lot in the apartment was a little too small. That's also why we built the house. It was a big financial commitment, but it's something we had to think about someday, so we made up our mind. What? You have a brand new house and the car is Toyota? Yes, that's right. But my husband and I will be stuck in loan. Oh, the car is not a loan. Not a loan? What? You paid with cash? My husband is in finance, so he does a lot of the financial stuff for me. Thank God. And the mortgage isn't 30 years. We're both working, so it's shorter than that. I just want to pay the interest as soon as possible. Whatever. After all, a loan is a loan. You're going to be stuck in loan. The precious house you have alone is burnt out. So I told you I do what I said. I'm in my bed, in my room, in my precious new home, texting you. You've been saying fire, fire. Which house are you talking about? I'm telling you, it's your house. What are you saying? If you say you live in the elementary school district near a station, this is the only newly built house. What? We're not in the elementary school district. Didn't I tell you that? Huh? You said you found a nice place in our school district. Have you lost your mind already? That's not what I meant. I found a nice place in the junior high school district. What? Junior high school district? You know, my older son is going to junior high school from this year, and my youngest son is going to elementary school in a year. I thought it would be good timing. It was the right time for everything. I didn't have to worry about the small school district. He has to go to a different elementary school though, but he'll have a lot of friends from kindergarten, so it should be okay. What? You've got to be kidding me. If you said it's in the school district, you'd think it's an elementary school, wouldn't you? Don't confuse me. You're trying to trick me. Of course not. It's just your imagination. I didn't even think about elementary school or junior high school. I didn't have that in mind. I just said in the same school district. Normally, we go to the same elementary school, even though we're in different grades, so you'd think it would be the same elementary school. I didn't think that far ahead. I guess I didn't have enough imagination. Sorry. You're not sorry. This is seriously someone else's house. What on earth am I going to do? Well, I don't know. I don't have any idea. Hey, I can see smoke near the station from my balcony. Is that it? Be more serious. It's your problem. Oh, I'm worried about you. I was wondering what's going to happen to you. Huh? Me? It's none of my business either. You broke into someone's house without permission and then set it on fire by having barbecue without permission. Oh God. What? Watch out for your language. I didn't set it on fire. You didn't, but you don't deny that you broke into the house and had barbecue on your own. So what? Oh, now you admit it. Of course you're Ashley. But you can't get away with this, can you? Huh? The fire insurance will pay for the fire anyway. The owner of this house doesn't have to pay anything. Therefore, I have nothing to pay for. It's not like I admit it or can't get away. I am following the rule. The fire insurance, maybe you're right. They'll pay for arson too, but they will still try to find out who did it, you know. I don't think they'll ever know. Why do you think so? Because no one saw how it went on fire. I mean, they probably didn't even notice that I was in the barbecuing in the first place. You can't threaten me. Surprising. Ashley, do you really work for a housing company? What? Normally, there should be security cameras, right? Huh? It's a brand new house, right? Perhaps. Your company doesn't use security cameras? We use them too. Front door, garage, and yard. What? I mean, in the first place, you went to that house alone, right? Yeah. Did you really have barbecue? Do people have barbecue alone? Huh? How did you bring all the tools and foods by yourself? You said the place burned down, but did all your tools burn up too? Did the fire really spread from the barbecue in the first place? There are so many questions that even I can think of. Well, I'm sure you don't have that kind of guts to enjoy barbecue alone in the house of someone you don't like, so barbecue shouldn't be true. No, it's true. I think it's just an arson, right? Proof! There is no proof. Unless there's proof, I can't be suspected. Ashley, you're so shallow. At the very least, this conversation should be the evidence. What? This conversation? You said it went on fire in front of you. It's obvious evidence. But I just said that and there's no absolute evidence who did it. Think about it. I just told you. What? Security cameras. If you check the camera records, I'm sure it'll all come out. Hey, the house burned to the ground. There's no way there's a record. The cameras should be all gone. There's no way anyone can see it. Oh, that fire was put out pretty fast. You didn't know? What? Oh, Ashley, you must have freaked out and ran away. When you texted me, you had already run far away from the house. Fire is scary, isn't it? What? I'm not scared. Well then, you should know that it was put out right away, right? Huh? You're lying. You didn't even see it. Don't tell like you know everything. Liar. Then if you hadn't run away, the fire alarm would have been going off this whole time, but you didn't hear it? Maybe it was going off inside the house. It was going off. The house was a new candlelight model home before it opened to everyone, so it has more alarms and security cameras than the existing house. That's why the people in the office immediately noticed the alarm and called for firefighting. No way! A model home? Oh no! That's why the fire didn't spread, according to my husband's friend. It's a good thing it didn't turn into a big fire. What? It was burning like crazy. It's not like you would be put out fast or anything. Hey, maybe when you snuck onto the property, it must have already noticed something was wrong. Security nowadays don't make a sound and quietly hunts down suspicious people, you know. I mean, the model room is a lie, right? I thought it was someone's new house. There were no signs or anything? There weren't. There was no sign of anyone too. That's because it is a model room before it is sold to everyone. Of course no one lives there. There were no signs or banners. Can't be helped. It's confusing. That's why I mistook it for your house. Mistake or not mistake, it's trespassing to enter someone else's property. That's a crime. Shut up. And what's that Tesla? That's another reason I mistook your house. They confused me. There are tons of people driving Tesla. Maybe it was a staff's car. I mean, that's your interpretation. Well, that's true, but maybe they left the car in the model home for a security purpose. If you find out that no one is home, someone like you might try to go into the house. How scary. Shut up. What are you going to do, Ashley? What? How are you going to take the responsibility? The house is covered by fire insurance anyway, so it doesn't matter. I'm sure the insurance will rebuild it, won't they? The house might be so, but what about you? Me? What happens to you? If the insurance is used and the house is rebuilt to its original condition, that's the end of it, isn't it? Huh? Of course not. What do you mean? As I said before, entering someone's property without permission is trespassing, and it's clearly arson. This is a crime. You may not have to pay for the house, but it doesn't make up for the crime you committed. A crime? You don't feel guilty? I feel sorry for you. Is this a crime? Of course it is. Trespassing and arson are all over the news. Haven't you seen it? No, can't be. I didn't mean it like that. This is not a crime. Even if you don't intend to do it, you won't be forgiven. I told you this is a crime. If Candlelight doesn't sue me, everything will be fine, right? Then get your husband to do something about it, please. Hey, if you had made the wrong move, you could have burned down our house. How can we want to help that kind of person? It's crazy. Maybe so, but we're friends. How can you say that? Plus, it's obvious arson. I really appreciate Candlelight Home for this house, and we hope to have a good relationship with them in the future. So I don't do anything to protect my fake friends or anything like that. It's none of my business. Please don't expect anything from me. Don't say that we're fake friends. I don't know why you have a grudge against me, but it's not normal to try to burn down a house. It's not a normal adult thing to do. Please go fix your mind. Where at? At the jail. No! You can't take it back now. Not only the security cameras, but you probably have witnesses in the area. The police are smart, you know. I'll submit this conversation as evidence too. No way! You guys work in the same industry. Rumors will spread in no time. Ashley, will you be okay? What? I'm going to lose my job too? Well, Whether the rumors spread or not, I'm sure you'll be fired immediately upon committing the crime. I seriously didn't mean it. One instance shows all. I'm sorry for your loss. No! No! Ashley went back to the house. Such a dumb idea. The police, who had been investigating the case, came to talk to her. Of course, talking was not enough. She was taken away by the police. Since this house cannot be sold because of the fire, Candlelight Home is also considering filing a claim for damages for obstruction of business. She was fired from her job because of the crime and demand a large sum of money for damages by some listed companies. The house that she had boasted of, a popular and expensive land, fully custom-built house, is now on the market. I've learned that even if you try to one-up someone, nothing good will happen.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and leave us a comment down below. It means a lot to us. See you next time!